Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin Channel, and we're going to take a look at some coins here. These ones obviously are not the 1978 US quarter. Those are the ones down below, but what are these here? Well, this is, we know it has Queen Elizabeth on the front, so it's probably from the United Kingdom or one of the Commonwealth countries. It says 1978 up here, so we got the right year. DG Reg FD, by the grace of God, Queen or Regina, Defender of the Faith. It says Elizabeth II here. She's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara with the 2 points up here. Has a beaded outer rim. Looks copper, and it is kind of what they used to call a copper in England, except for it is a 2 new pence. So there's the 2 here. New pence, it says at the top. It says Ich dien, which means I serve. This is the Prince of Wales emblem here. And this also has a beaded outer rim. Why are we looking at this? Well, one of the things that we don't have in the United States is a 2-cent coin. This is the 2 new pence from 1978. Of course, they moved to the 2 pence coin, which they still have. You can use the 2 new pence, but they took the new off after a few years, and they moved to just a 2 pence coin. The United States has never had that. They have a penny coin, or a 1 cent, a 5 cent, a 10 cent, a 25 cent, a 50 cent, and a dollar. In the United Kingdom, when they went to make, they call it the decimalization of the United Kingdom pound, prior to 1971, there were 240 pence to the dollar, or pennies to the dollar, and there were 480 half pennies. So you actually had half pennies prior to 1971. When they changed it over, they started to have some coins that were much more similar to the United States. So this one here is kind of a cool one. You can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. Same queen on here because it's the same image that they use on all their coins for that year. It's the Arnold Machen portrait of Queen Elizabeth, I believe at 39 years old, wearing, again, the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. We get to the back, and we see it has Britannia, new pence. Down here it says 50. So this is a 50-cent coin, the same thing that we have in the United States, but we, of course, have the Kennedy half, and there's a Kennedy half from 1978. I guess this is a Denver one because we have that little mint mark. Well, in the United Kingdom, they went to the 100 to the pound, and they had a initially they had a half penny, but they moved away from that pretty quickly. They had a penny, a 5 pence, a 10 pence, and then they had a 50 pence. No 25 pence ever in the United Kingdom. They did in 1982 move to a 20 pence. So if you put a 20 pence and a 5 pence together, you can get 25 pence, or 20 pence and 5 pennies together, you can get a 25. But they don't have a quarter, and thus they don't use quarters or quarter pounds in the vending machine. This is 1978. It says Liberty at the top, George Washington facing to the left, and God we trust under his chin. There's a D back here for the Denver mint. You see the Philly mint is no mark here at all. When we look at these, we see that it has an eagle on the back. It's a copper nickel-clad copper, so if we tip it up, we see that you can actually see the copper on the inside. 119 reeds to this rim. So they made Denver, they made Philly with no mint mark, and they also in 1978 made a San Francisco mint coin, and this is the San Francisco mint coin from 1978. The San Francisco mint, they made 3.127 million. They made 287 million at Denver, and 521 million at 287 million, then 521 million at Philly. You see that when you get one of these kind of coins, it has a different shine and everything on it, and of course you can see the S there. This is a really nice coin, but they're not that hard to get because people break up the mint sets because it was the last year of the Ike mint set. And the last year, it was hard to get the 1978 Ikes, so a lot of people just pull them from the mint set. And of course, this would have an S on it, but it's not a silver-clad one because they stopped doing that with the Ikes in 1977. So we get to the back of the coin and we see that it is just magnificent on the back. It says United States of America, pluribus unum. You can see the eagle has a little tuft on the top of its head. You can see its eye. You can see its beak. You can see its feathers. Even the feathers here coming along the legs, you can see. And you can see the tail feathers coming out the back. All the detail on the wing feathers here. Just really nice when you get a good one of these. You can see all these individual arrows. You can see the arrow end really well, the feather end really well, and you can see the ribbon that goes across between the eagle's claws, holding the arrows together there also. This is an olive wreath underneath. You can't see any olives on the quarter, but you can on other coins. And down here it says $quarter. No initials on the back, but there are initials on the front, and I'll show you those initials, and they are way down here at the bottom. And there's a J and an F right there above my pen. That's John Flanagan. Let's see if we can see it on some of the yeah, so you can see a little bit of a bump on some of the circulated coins, but you really can't read it, can you? Yeah, so there's a J and an F there. If you know that it's there, you can see it. Let's see about this one. Now you can see that there's a bump there, but you can't really tell it's a J and an F, can you? But on the back of this coin, you can actually read the J and the F reasonably well if you get the light right and you magnify it right. All right, so that's our 1978 S, D, and Philly. No P for Philly. And then, of course, here's our 1978 50 new pence and our 1978 2 new pence coins. The United Kingdom and the United States. Different coin systems, but they both have decimalization where 100 of the smallest denomination now equals the full denomination, 100 pence to the pound, 100 pennies to the dollar. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comment section.